This AC MotorCAD tutorial video is about BH curves in the AC MotorCAD program. I'm going to show you an example using the VICA30 spreadsheet. Let's see. So, where'd you go? Okay, today's 903. I just called this spreadsheet VICA30 903, 180903. This is Excel 2016. Here's the design spreadsheet. Hopefully you've watched the other videos so you know what this is about. And on here, the steel grade doesn't matter anymore. I'm going to take that out of there, as a matter of fact. Over here, past the charts, is your steel grade. I should name that just steel grade, not one. Because there's only one tab that works with the BH curves. Here's a BH curve for the one that's presently being used. It's called CGV curve, which is Cyril G. Vanot's curve he used to have built into the program. That's all you could use. And in this cell, you put the name of the BH curve that you want, and we can go and retrieve it. For instance, well, I've got a bunch of auxiliary stuff here that just for my own reference or your reference, but let's say, well, they don't all show because they're not, columns aren't wide enough, but let's say I want cast steel. You wouldn't want to use that for lamination, so let's not use cast steel. Something you would. Well, I don't know, ferrite you don't use. These, here's an M19, and an M14, and an M22. So let's copy the name of this over to A2, which is where the name goes. Now I'm going to go and get this BH curve. Looks like it's relative permeability versus flux density in Tesla. Actually, the curve, the X in Excel has to be in the left column. So I plot this column against X, and this is Y, so that's why you have a duplicate over here. But we don't really want that. We want to see, let's convert this from mu R, relative permeability. Okay, now there's a saturation curve for M22. If I want, what else did I have? M14. And there's the permeability curve for it. This down here is just so that you can, get a snapshot of it with your favorite screenshot program. This is the snipping tool, and you can do that and be able to save that as a JPG or PNG or something. Then you want a little title there. But anyway, this is the curve, and this one has a mu R, so let's convert that. And there's a saturation curve for that. Core loss, I'm working on core loss, but this is what's in VNOS program, but I'm not quite sure how to go about that, so that'll come later. But the permeability, you can save these BH curves. Now, I can look at the various ones with the next. That was M19. Looked pretty much the same at these high flux densities. You can always change the graph, you know, you can always zoom in or put titles on it or whatever you want. If I go back to the previous one, I push that button. Let's go back to the CGV curve. And let's save that and use that for the stator. None of this gets written out here. What it does is it writes out columns A and B into a file. I'll show you that. Save it for the stator. That's done. Save it for the rotor. That's done. And now I can run the program using this for both rotor and stator. You almost always have the same for the stator and rotor anyway. But just in case, you can use separate if you want to for some reason. And then if I run the program, you're always supposed to sketch, resketch before you run. It's safest. Now we'll run this. Run's complete. I hope you saw that. That was pretty quick. And now it's automatically now going to go and get the data. You don't have to wait anymore. You don't have an icon up here to bring the data in anymore. And see, this is where's the date and time on this? Here it is, date and time of run. 1831 9/3. You can see here that's the correct time because it's 6:32. And the steel curves, both of them the same, so it says steels equals this. If they were different, it would say steel 1 equals steel name steel 2 equals, or stator equals steel such and such, rotor equals such and such, is what it would say here. So that's how you know what steel was in the run, and by the time, of course. And the LPF data is copied to here, and the chart is here. And the STC data is copied to here and over here to rearrange it, and the chart is actually here. And you can fix these up too, however you want it to be.